The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus said to his disciples, "As it was in the days of Noah, so it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. In those days before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, up to the day that Noah entered the ark. They did not know until the flood came and carried them all away. So it will be also at the coming of the Son of Man. 2 men will be out in the field. One will be taken and the other left. 2 women will be grinding at the mill. One will be taken and the other left. Therefore, stay awake, for you do not know on which day or your Lord will come. Be sure of this: if the master of the house had known the hour of the night when the thief was coming, he would have stayed awake and not let his house be broken into. So too, you must also be prepared, for at an hour you do not expect, the Son of Man will come." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Is Advent about getting ready for Christmas? I urge you not to dismiss Advent that easily. Just think on today's readings. Do the days of Noah and the flood sound like getting ready for Christmas? Does one person being taken and another being left sound like getting ready for Christmas? Does all the nations streaming towards Jerusalem, climbing the mountain of the Lord and beating swords into plowshares, sound like getting ready for Christmas? These texts are intended to awaken us, to disrupt ordinary life. Advent is about having vision for the journey and the transformation our hearts will require for that journey. In Thornton Wilder's play, Our Town, a young woman named Emily dies at the age of 26. She asks the stage manager who's narrating the play if she can return to have a brief visit with her family. And he grants her wish, advising her to choose the least important day of her life because that will be important enough. She chooses to return on her 12th birthday, only to find her father obsessed with his business problems and her mother preoccupied with kitchen duties. And Emily exclaims, "Mama, just look at me. 1 minute, as though you really saw me. Mama, 14 years have gone by. I'm dead." Unable to rouse her parents, Emily breaks down sobbing, crying, "We don't have time even to look at one another. Do any human beings ever realize life while they live it? Every minute?" It is our incapacity to attend to the important matters in life that brings urgency in Advent. And there are no unimportant things in life. We sleep through God's signals, through God's alarms, and act as if today is going to be just like every other day. Yet if we are casual about today, if we're casual about this very moment, what chance is there that we will be careful with our life? What hope is there that we can live less selfishly and more peacefully? It may be our very reluctance to pursue God's way that gives Advent its greatest potency. After all, let's be honest. Do we feel the least bit passion for Isaiah's vision? And yet, it's really God's vision. God's vision for us, for all humanity. Advent too often is treated as time of preparation for Christmas. Come on. Jesus came a long time ago. Today's readings are apocalyptic. They challenge us to recognize the presence of Christ now, here, among us, and to prepare for his final coming at the end of time. And as we await his return in glory, we consider the anger and resentment that is flowing through the veins of so many people right now. And it's very easy for us, thinking of that second coming, that last judgment, to envision those people finally getting what they deserve, forced to turn over their power and their wealth and their arrogance and their control and their weapons being hammered into instruments that sustain life. It's tempting. It's tempting. It's tempting until I consider the weapons I hold on to for dear life. Things like my education, my race, my gender, my status as clergy in the church, and so much more. Am I willing to lay down my sword and my spear? And what are we willing to lose, to surrender, to let go of, so that we will be able to climb the Lord's mountain and to finally stand on that mountaintop?